barring something unexpected, and this is a case where the unexpected has been routine. James Craig will walk into an Arapahoe County courtroom on Tuesday and finally face a jury.
There are so many ins and outs in this case, strange and bizarre turns. It's pretty close to what you'd call unique.
A case unlike any 9 News legal analyst Scott Robinson has ever seen.
I don't envy the defense lawyers at all.
Craig's on his 4th defense team, facing allegations that he poisoned his wife, Angela, in March 2023. Among the evidence laid out in court documents, use of a work computer to search for things like, is arsenic detectable in an autopsy, delivery of potassium cyanide to his dental practice, and text messages detailing Angela Craig's unexplained illness and his reaction to it.
The defense really has no choice but to take all of these issues head on, and there are so many.
Among those issues, that after the murder, Craig tried to get others to destroy evidence and lie for him, and to arrange the killing of witnesses against him.
It is almost impossible to balance the various types of evidence against James Craig. To say that it is overwhelming is literally an understatement.
Craig's trial is scheduled to last 3 weeks. If he's convicted of the most serious charge, first-degree murder, he'll spend the rest of his life in prison. Sam and Kim?
Kevin, you have a lot here to clearly unpack and investigate. There's so many things that people are curious about. I'm sure that Kim and I have a lot of questions, but remind us how police in the very first place suspected that Angela, his wife, was even poisoned.
So this is one of the very interesting things about this case. She was in the hospital and sick, and James Craig's dental partner went to the hospital to visit her and pulled a nurse aside and said, I think she's been poisoned. That nurse called the police. Wow. And before she even died, the police had already opened an investigation into this case.
Unbelievable. Thank God for that partner.
It sounds like there were a lot of people around him that were starting to say there's something wrong here. But figuring out how she died, then that takes an autopsy, that takes a lot more, and then people are just shocked.
Yeah. I mean, it is shocking.
He's a dentist. Everybody, that's like considered,
Yeah. He's a dentist, and the thing that part of what, again, another part of the case that is a head scratcher is he's accused, according to court documents, of using computers at his dental practice to do searches for things like, how much cyanide does it take to kill somebody? What are undetectable poisons? And then actually ordering cyanide and having it delivered to his dental office, a delivery that was opened by another employee who then discovered this canister that said, it had a biohazard warning on it and said potassium cyanide on the side of it.
What an awful death.
I know. Unbelievable. I mean, he's either dumb, which he's not, he's a dentist, or he's a complete narcissist and thought he could somehow get away with this. Who are some of the key witnesses that you expect to see?
Well, first of all, his dental partner is going to testify for the prosecution. 4 of the couple 6 children are on the witness list. One of those children, according to court documents, is someone that he tried to get to destroy evidence. They're going to testify. We're also potentially expecting testimony from a woman who lives in Texas with whom he was having a relationship at the time this was happening. So there's going to be a lot of interesting testimony.
Which is why Dateline and everybody else is in town, because this fits that Dateline model. When you hear Scott Robinson say, that's unusual for a defense attorney to say, it's overwhelming evidence, then you throw in the plot to murder some people. Who were those people?
So there were 3 people, according to court documents, that he wanted to have killed. That included the lead investigator that put together the case against him, another law officer, and a 3rd person whose identity remains kind of a mystery even to the investigators. But he's accused of trying to convince somebody he was serving in the jail with to make this happen. And of course, that person is on the witness list as well.
Oh my goodness.
Well, be curious to say what the defense is. I mean, the jury hears it all. So you'll be covering it all. Thank you, Kevin. Thanks so much.
Thank you.